What makes a great president? There are multiple things that make a president great. One thing is that he needs to be a good politician. Abraham Lincoln was one. Today we'll be talking about how he became a politician, how he was a politician, and his accomplishments as president. How Lincoln became a politician. In March 1830, Lincoln and his family moved to Illinois, and he was 21 years old, and he didn't want to be a farmer, so he tried out many different jobs. And his first job was a rail splitter, and he tried to be a flat boatman, and then he traveled to Louisiana a couple times doing that. And then when he got back, he was in New Salem. He was a storekeeper, and a postmaster, and a surveyor. And he really didn't like those either, so he taught himself law. And then he passed the bar exam in 1836, but in 1834, his political career really started at the age of 24. And in his biography it says, Lincoln, the candidate for the first time, was defeated in his bid for in the Illinois legislature. He was aged in the field of 13. But that didn't like stop him from running again. And in 1834 he ran again. And he voted into the Illinois General Assembly as part of the Whig Party, and he served there for 8 years. In 1839, Lincoln was admitted to practice law in the United States Circuit Court, and then he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives, also as part of the Whig Party. And many think he was a senator, but he wasn't. He was defeated by Stephen A. Douglas. And then after that, he feared that his political career was over. But then 2 years later, on November 6, 1860, he was voted on as 16th President of the United States. He was also the first Republican president. Being a great politician is one of the things that made Lincoln a great president. According to Toby Oberfeld, Lincoln served 4 terms as state legislator during this time, during which his politics and became a skilled politician. He had lots of experience in the state legislature, which he served for 8 years, and in the House of Representatives, which he just served for 1 term for 2 years. And during this time, he made a political party move from the Whig Party to the Republican Party. And he also had political views on slavery. And in a timeline of Abraham Lincoln's life, it says, on April 16, 1862, President Lincoln signed an act abolishing slavery in the District of Columbia. This is like the first real step he took to abolishing slavery. He also had a lot of accomplishments as president. And some of the greatest ones he had was the preserving of the Union, the Emancipation Proclamation, which he never even saw finished because he was assassinated before then. And then Lincoln was also a great speech giver. Some of his greatest ones are the Copper Union speech, his first and second inaugural speeches, and the Gettysburg Address. There's also some acts that he established as president. In May 15, 1862, he established the Department of Agriculture, and then just 5 days later, he signed the Homestead Act, which gave citizens, or like people, like 160 acres of land if they would just move out west. And then on July 1st, 1862, he signed the Pacific Railway Act, which connected the East Coast to the West Coast. And then March 4th, 1863, he signed an act creating the Idaho Territory. And then those are just some of the acts that he did as president. Was Abraham Lincoln a great president? Many would say yes. He did a lot for this country, and we may not be the way we are today if it wasn't for him. He just learned about how Lincoln became a politician, him as a politician, and the accomplishments that they came.